So we are not exceptional, but what we are simply saying is there is attainable results. I've seen from the schools that we have already began working on, I've seen kids that have gone to advanced level, so it means it has played a role. I've seen from the prizes that we have been giving, I've seen some of the kids that were actually motivated in being successful in sports. So like for instance, there is a girl from one of the schools that actually went and represented Zimbabwe in 5,000 meters in Botswana this year. So those are success. That's a success. So we need to celebrate it. You know, it's not something that we can just say, okay, let's not celebrate it. We need to celebrate that.
All right. Actually, I heard you say that there's a school that you are aiding right now. How do you pick these schools? Do you pick them at random, or how do you screen these schools? Wow. Is there any vetting process or anything? You just pick them at random, or maybe have a history with the schools also?
Okay, I wouldn't want to say there isn't a vetting process. Yes, there is a vetting process. Because number one, the vetting process is the school has to be a rural school. That's already a screening process.
All
you know,
right.
I'm not targeting urban schools, because urban schools, there's quite a number of successful business people in urban situations, in urban settings that can actually help urban schools. But rural schools, there are very few. Even if you look at the business people in the rural setup, their business is not as much as successful as compared to the people in the urban, because their business is dependent on the local community. So the local community doesn't have a lot of money, so the business people around there, they're not that successful. So I actually screen the schools depending on the location. So that's point number one. And the other thing is, I actually work on people that are willing to be helped. You know, if schools or someone from a certain school, or a student from a certain school happen to see our website or happen to meet me, and we discuss, they tell me of their school, and if I'm in love of what they are saying, then I get involved. So I don't discriminate, but that's the way I pick schools.
Oh, okay. I heard you talk when I said that, what are you doing? And you said, it's just me. You don't talk as if there is a team. So are you trying to say that you don't have any major donors, or maybe companies that are chipping in, or individuals that are helping you in donations and funds for these schools?
If I say no, I will be lying. But if I say yes, then there is need for proper qualification to say yes. Okay. I actually need to be very frank and explain how this program is funded. Okay. 3% from the profits that I make in my business, in my electrical business, that's the one that I channel towards this project. So the project is mostly, I can say 80 to 90% supported by the proceeds that come from the business that I do. And I do have a number of people that chip in, and that come with different kind of donations. You know, some they bring computers that we refurbish at our own cost to donate to schools. Some they chip in with different donations. Some they come in with different kind of donations. So I would, if I say I solely sponsor the program, it would be a lie. If I say I do have sponsorship, that is it will be, you know, it makes it not that relevant. But I do have individuals that have actually vowed to give certain funds a year or per quarter towards the project. So it's not that there is huge funds that are already coming. No, there isn't huge funds. The project, 80% of the project, 80 to 90% of the project is dependent on my business.
Okay, I have one more last question for you. If someone was to come to you and say to you that you are doing this because of personal affiliations, or you have a political agenda or other political affiliations, you understand? How would you address such a matter?
All right. Politics is something else that I would really want to stay away from. And I want to be very frank. I do sympathize with some political policies. Okay. I don't want to say it will be very wrong of me, or it will be incorrect of me to say I am of a political affiliation. Okay. Yes, there is a number of political parties that want to claim my affiliation with them, because from time to time when they ask me to do something, I do chip in. But I wouldn't want to qualify that as political affiliation. Like I said, I do sympathize with certain political policies. Why I'm saying political policies, I'm simply saying despite which political party that comes with a certain policy, if the policy is favorable for the development of the community at large and for the humankind, then I support it. It is not a political decision that I make, but I make decision based on the fundamentals and the principles that I think run the community.
All right. And like, any last words you would like to say to the people out there? You would like to appeal to the people out there who want to know about Muono project, or anything that any last words you would like to say to the people out there?
I'd like to say to most of the people, it is very imperative that we visualize our tomorrow, and we should not just underestimate the potential that we have. You know, you might be thinking that you are inferior, or you might have this syndrome that you are always inferior just because you are in Africa, or you are in South America, or you are in Asia, or whatever. But that's not it. You need to visualize your goal. You need to go for it. You need to be brave and go for it. Take it head on. And I want to encourage most of the people not to be pessimistic about most of the things. And they need also to support people that have got projects that are having the community at heart. Because if the community develops, it means your life as well has been elevated. But if your community doesn't develop, it means your life as well is not what? Elevated. So the elevation of your community only begins with you personally. If you accept, or if you are pro-development by your thinking, it makes things better for your life. I don't know if you have any other questions, but I think for me that's all I can say.
Yes, right. There are some people who would like to get hold of you, would like maybe your contact or a link to your pages.
Yes, if people want to get hold of me, I think they can get hold of me on my email accounts, or they can get hold of me on the project email account, which is muonoprojects@gmail.com, or admin@muonoprojects.co.za, or they can contact me on my mobile number, which is +27 81 550 5322. or they can contact me on my personal email address, which is ismachakata@yahoo.com.
All right. Thank you.
Okay, it's a pleasure.